Hey, it's Victoria McCooey from victoriamccooey.com, and I'm here with another episode of Manic Monday. Now, this is where I answer your questions about co-parenting issues that come up when you're trying to share custody with a difficult ex. Maybe they're narcissistic, maybe they're controlling, maybe they're vengeful, whatever. They make it really hard to put the children's interests first, right? Because they're not doing that. So you feel like you're getting rolled over like a speed bump because you're trying to do what's in your children's best interest and the other party is not. So how do you do that without being totally taken advantage of? I know that was a huge problem in my own co-parenting situation. So many of my clients come to me with these issues. So I invite you to always leave comments here for me with your own issues. But if you don't want to be seen, if you're worried about keeping anonymous, then I invite you to email them to me privately at victoriamccooey.com. There will be a link in the post here, not a link, but my website, my email address. So you can do that. I will never say your name on the air. I totally understand. This is a completely private place. You never have to worry about that. All right, and then on the next episode, I will address whatever issues you're having. So this is what I've been hearing a lot about this week is, how is it fair? The ex is trying to alienate the children, and there's a term for that, in the system, in the courts. It's called parental alienation. It's a real thing. One parent can try to poison the children against the other parent, tell lies or just talking bad about them, bad mouthing, whatever, or keeping them from being able to see or speak to the other parent. That's a really serious thing. But here is my advice. If you are the victim of this, if your ex is bullying you by turning your children against you or telling them bad things about you, whether they're true or not, here is what I have to tell you, because I've lived through it and mine are now grown. Kids grow up. Kids grow up. This is not forever. This situation where they don't get it, where they don't understand. They will grow up and they will get it. My guess is what happened to me will happen to you, where each one individually will come to you with questions, because they're going to start seeing that something's not right, something's not adding up. They're going to actually ask you for your side of the story. But let me tell you, it carries a lot more weight in their minds when they've come to you for answers and you're not forcing your side of the struggle on them. You're not forcing your opinions on them. They're coming to you for answers. They know that this doesn't feel right, that what they're hearing about you doesn't feel right. And how do you show them that contrast? You always take the high road. It's hard sometimes. I'm not going to lie. It is hard when someone is doing bad things to you not to retaliate by doing the same to them. You've got to be stronger. You've got to be better. You've got to have more integrity. You have got to put your children's needs first, and they need not to have their other parent bad-mouthed, even if that's what's happening to you from their other parent. So it's hard, but that's why I'm here. That's why there are support groups. That's why you need support around this, because you will fail. You will fail. We're human, right? So the more guidance and support you have, the easier it will become. And if you keep your eye on the prize, which is that they're going to figure it out one day, and you're giving them all of these, you're leaving all these breadcrumbs for them. You're not coming out and telling them that you're right and the other one's wrong. You're leaving the breadcrumbs for them to find out for themselves. So what do? You make your home, and when they're with you, the safest, most loving, non-combative place you possibly can. You be happy. You be happy with you, with your life, with them being there with you. And don't spend all that time that they're with you, that precious sacred time, talking about the other parent or trying to sway them or trying to turn their alliance or have them align with you. It's not fair to them. And if that's what they're getting on the other side, show them the contrast. Show them the contrast of what that feels like, having to hear that constantly from the second they're with that parent until the second they leave, just being berated or grilled or, asked a million questions or whatever's happening there, versus what they get with you, which is comfort, love, support, guidance, happiness, joy. You be that parent. You be that parent. And I promise you, they are going to want to gravitate to you. Not only that, but they're going to start doubting what they're hearing because it's not going to line up. It's like if the other parent is saying all these terrible things about you and they're not seeing it firsthand, they're not witnessing it, they see something completely different, they're going to grow up and go, this is not making sense. I'm telling you, it's the most wonderful moment when they come to you and say, what's really going on here? Can you answer some questions for me? Because I'm not understanding, I'm hearing this from Dad and I just want to hear what you have to say about it. Instead of you forcing it down their throat, they're coming to you and they're asking. So you're the calm place. You're the one who is in control of your emotions. You're the mature one. You're the happy one. And they get to be part of that world. And then they go to the other side where it's manic, where it's a roller coaster ride, where there's always that, well, I don't have to tell you, you've lived through it. You know what that's like, where it's just like chaos all the time. That personality, they love living on the edge. They love chaos all the time. They love that high intensity. But your kids are going to feel that, and then they're going to go to you and feel the difference. And what do you think is going to feel better, right? At some point, they will grow up enough to understand that they have this choice to make eventually of how they want to live their own lives. So and get support so you can stay on the high road. I call it high road parenting. And it's not easy, but it's so, so important to do. All right, so that is my loving co-parenting advice for you today. And I invite you to, if you're ready to talk to me about what it would be like to work with me, I have something I like to call Get Acquainted calls. So it's a free session, but it's more about you and me chatting, getting to know a bit more about each other. And that way we can see if we're a good fit. I can see if you're in a place where I know I can help you. And then after that, we can talk about different ways, my different programs and how we might work together. So great. I can't wait to get you on a call so we can get to know each other a little bit better. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. The link is in the post for the call. And you can visit my website, victoriamccoy.com, read testimonials. My blog is there. You can find out so much more about my programs and how I can help, all right? Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Sending you so much love.